welcome to another episode of Coffee, Homes and Loans. And today we have Phil Whalen with Win Home Inspections. How are you, Phil?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
Good. Thank you so much for joining us. We're so excited to hear what you have to say because home inspections is a brand new topic, especially for our first-time buyers. Yeah, so how long have you been in the business?
So I've actually been in the home inspection business for about 5.5 years is when I bought the existing company. Although I do have experience in the home industry. I was a new construction supervisor many years ago. I knew my what next was to work for myself, and this business actually came up for sale and seemed like a great fit.
Can you do pool inspections as well, or is that a separate type of?
Yeah, what we call an additional service, but we do pool and spa inspections. Interesting to note that home inspectors are licensed in the state of Nevada, but there is no requirement to have any education on pools and spas.
Oh, I didn't know that.
We actually started a pool service company to really do a deep dive into pools and understanding everything. Really helped up our game as far as pool and spas. So through our process that we've done is, certain issues can be very expensive.
Yeah.
And whether it's a pool pump that's on its last leg, is the plaster still good?
Yes.
Things like that. So that can really save a homeowner a lot of money if they're aware of these issues before closing.
And are you also able to inspect solar panels? We see that very commonly. I think every single transaction that I have, the house has solar panels. Some of them are leased, so normally the company will take care of any repairs, but a lot of them tend to be owned solar panels.
When it comes to solar panels, the solar, we're limited to what we can see. So we inspect them physically for any damage. Are they dirty? One of the big things here is, does it have the bird netting around it? Pigeons leave pigeon poo, which builds up on the roof. It's bad for the roof. So we'll make note of whether or not there's any netting. We've been talking with someone to try and up the game for solar a little bit. It's a new service in town, and what they do is we'll send them the information about the particular solar panels and the system itself, and they'll go in and they help give a health report of the solar to the potential buyer.
Yeah. And then you can also make recommendations based on your initial home inspection if they need to do a mold inspection or any engineer type of inspections.
Oh, of course. What we're doing when we walk in is we're looking for anomalies. You can go into a room and you start looking around, because it's hard to look at everything and look for something, but what you actually end up doing is looking around and something that isn't right sticks out. And whether that's a plumbing issue, corrosion on a pipe underneath a sink, is there evidence of a previous drip? Those are the things you cue on, and then you refer that out to a licensed professional to come in, take a look, and make sure that there are no other issues.
Yeah, that sounds really good. So as you guys can tell, a home inspection is very important because you fall in love with a house, but you also want to make sure that it's structurally sound, that is safe and healthy for your family to live in there. Do you recommend the buyers to come with you during the inspection, or do you prefer, what is your recommendation on that?
So, many different inspectors have different viewpoints. Our viewpoint is we prefer to have the potential buyer there at the end of the inspection. They're welcome to be there during the entire inspection, but of course we ask them not to interfere with the inspector while he's doing his job. But when the inspection is complete, oftentimes it's easier to explain something verbally while you're in the house. You can point at it, talk about it, where we do our best to describe it in the report, but having that sort of interaction with the client, here's an issue, and then they can say, oh, is that a big issue? Is it a small issue? What do you and we give them our, because part of what we get paid for is our opinion on the level of severity of an issue, and we can help explain to them, hey, this is a, if you had, there may be, we found maybe 4 or 5 plumbing issues, leaks or things, but you could have a plumber come in 2 hours, he'll have everything fixed.
And also peace of mind and knowing that you have identified a problem, but there is a solution for it, and it's not something extremely expensive, because most buyers don't know what the cost is going to be, what the problem is, how to solve it, and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And tell me, so most people will get a homeowner's inspection on a property that has already been built. But what about new construction? I mean, the house is brand new.
Yes.
What could go wrong with it?
We go in at the end of the build process and look at everything from the bottom all the way to the top. It's rare to find something critical, but we do find significant issues at times. We've found one where the home was built and they had installed Ecobee smart thermostats.
Okay.
But through some maybe freak manufacturing thing, the thermostats had no heat setting in them.
Oh.
So they were able to replace the thermostats before closing. We found potential safety issues, health issues.
Everybody's goal is to close on the transaction. So everybody wants to cooperate with one another to make things smooth and get to the finish line. So that's really good.
We're not out there to try to find things to make them look bad.
Right.
We're just out there to make sure the client is aware of any potential structure, safety, health issues.
Yeah, there's another level, because usually what we have our buyers, or we recommend them doing, is get their home inspection. If they have a pool, get a pool inspection. If it's a manufactured home, get an engineer inspection. And then on top of that, you have your appraisal review, which is another layer of somebody looking at the safety per the loan guidelines.
Correct.
So it's always nice to have all those levels, because we're all humans, so there's something that could possibly get missed.
And that's a great point. The only inspector who has never missed anything is one who has never done an inspection.
Right.
It happens.
Yeah.
And that's why we carry errors and omission
insurance
and things like that.
It makes sense to be insured and to be licensed, but I didn't know that it was like the requirements or the extent that an inspector would want to go to.
And one of the things that we're proud to tell people is we carry 10 times the minimum requirement.
Oh, wow. So it really matters who you're working with. And then what type of fun gadgets do you have? Do you have like drones and things like that?
We do have a drone. So currently I'm licensed to fly a drone. In fact, that a lot of people don't know is that the Nevada Real Estate Division, in the standards of practice for home inspectors, we're not allowed to climb on ladders over 12 feet high.
Oh.
So what do you do on a 2-story home?
Right.
You either break the rules or you just tell people, sorry.
It looks good from here.
It looks good from here. Or you put a drone up in the air. Advantages to walking a roof, there's advantages to using a drone, so we do both.
That's very good to know. And how can people reach out to you?
We can be reached at our website, winnie.com, WINI.com, /Summerlin. Our website, we have a schedule button.
Nice.
And as soon as you click on that, the first thing that comes up is our next 10 available appointments. And so, you can be talking to the listing agent, and you'll know right there, hey, they've got this, which one works good. And then you all come to agreement and press that button, and you can start entering the information. We'll see that it was started. We'll reach out for the follow-up information.
That's excellent. So we'll put all the information below with the website, the scheduling tool, and your phone number, so people can reach out to you, new agents and things like that. Well, thank you so much, Phil, and thank you guys for tuning in. I hope we answer all of your questions. If you have more questions, put it on the comments below, and we'll bring Phil back again to answer them for us. Bye.
Thank you.